Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
Voters are just weeks away from making a decision that will impact education funding in the state. What you need to know about Prop 13 before you head to the voting polls.
And when an emergency situation strikes, do you know what to do to stay safe? We'll tell you how the city of Taft is getting its residents prepared for the worst following a chemical spill last month.
Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 6 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Danielle Kern.
And I'm Mike Hart. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Elena Rusk right now and get an idea of what we're looking at outside.
Yeah, pretty calm and quiet on our roadways. That's very good news. We've been talking earlier this morning about an incident on the 5 near the 138 that has officially been cleared. So the Grapevine wide open, 58 no problems. Canyon is clear at this hour. Let's come down to Bakersfield though, where those city streets are in the green. But Vaughn was telling us a few minutes ago about that minor incident, Washington Avenue at California Street. He says that it looks pretty minor, but just wanted to pop that up for you on your radar in Oildale. Now, speaking of the radar, there is nothing out there in our weather department. A very dry pattern continues. All of the rain and snow on the radar is well up to the north for the next several days. So that leaves us cold and clear this morning. Upper 30s in the North County for places like Delano and McFarland. 40s here in the heart of Bakersfield, close to 50 still in Taft and Maricopa. That's jacket weather, but really nice considering we are typically much cooler than this time of year. It is cold in Tehachapi and Fraser Park. You're both at 27 now, but love is in the air and we'd love this forecast. 60s for several hours this afternoon, right on into this evening for whatever you have planned with your Valentine today.
Next month, California voters will decide on Prop 13, which aims to provide billions of dollars worth of structural upgrades to public schools.
That's right. The prop will be on the March 3rd ballot, and 23 ABC's Austin Westfall joins us in studio now with a breakdown. Austin?
Yeah, guys, supporters of Prop 13 say it will improve facilities' health and safety conditions, including earthquake and fire safety, among other things. Some campuses haven't been upgraded in decades, and officials say the situation is dire.
I had circumstances, for example, like a student who wore an insulin pump and his insulin would go bad because it was so hot in my classrooms.
Julie Bush is the superintendent for the Maple School District, which oversees Maple School in Shafter. The school's buildings, built in 1961, had never been renovated.
We had a non-operational fire alarm system, water intrusion in all of our buildings except for our first grade classroom. We had dry rot through our entire roofing system.
Dealing with a broken campus was hard, but securing funds to fix things was even harder. Bush says it took 4 years worth of advocacy and work from local legislators to approve $11 million for a complete rebuild, which is expected to finish next month. Although she's thrilled about it, she says the funds will still only cover the bare minimum.
Parking lot, parent pickup, drop-off, bus parking, any play fields, that's not part of the project.
She says her school received less than half the funds it usually takes to rebuild a school. Prop 13 would authorize up to $15 billion in bonds aimed at modernizing public campuses, removing lead from water, and increasing affordable housing for students. However, some are concerned about the language used in the proposition. The Kern County Taxpayers Association says passage of the prop will increase local school districts' borrowing capacity by 60%.
So that means you'll be seeing more and more school bond elections. Ultimately, for the local taxpayers, their tax bills on schools could go up 60%.
Turnipseed also says the prop gives priority to schools that have union labor agreements for construction.
But most small, poor districts don't have project labor agreements.
But the prop is gathering support from the LA Times and San Francisco Chronicle because it focuses on buildings and classrooms that are suffering from years of neglect and makes it a priority for low-income school districts to get a share of the money. Bush saying that she's confident that Prop 13's passage would be good for her small school.
One of the goals of the proposition is to put mechanisms in place so that small districts have a more equitable access to funding.
Yeah, and guys, public schools that can be helped out by this bond include K-12 schools, UC schools, and CSU schools.
Very cool. Thanks, Austin. There has been some confusion on social media, especially if this Prop 13 has anything to do with the Prop 13 from the 70s about property taxes. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, actually it has nothing to do with that Prop 13 whatsoever. The way the numbering system works for the propositions is it's in sequential order and it resets about every 10 years. So this is just the 13th prop since it was last reset.
I see. All right, Austin, thank you. In other news, a Kern County jury has found a man guilty of 2 counts of murder in the 2016 shooting deaths of his mother and stepfather. This is file video from previous court proceedings and of the crime scene. The jury returned verdicts against Derek Connell in Kern County Superior Court Thursday. He was found guilty of first-degree murder of his stepfather and guilty of second-degree murder of his mother. The verdict follows a 2-week trial where the prosecution said the 33-year-old gunned down the 2 victims at their Southwest Bakersfield home, while the defense argued Connell killed his stepfather, who was said to have shot and killed Connell's mother. Connell's sentencing has been scheduled for March 12th.
The man accused of shooting and killing 1 person and leaving 6 others injured on a Greyhound bus appeared in Superior Court. Anthony Williams officially pleaded not guilty to 1 count of murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. The California Highway Patrol said on February 3rd, Williams is the person that shot 6 people on a Greyhound bus headed from LA to San Francisco. 51-year-old Lourdes Vence of Colombia was the woman who was shot and killed. Williams is set to be in court for a hearing on April 28th.
A town hall meeting was held in Taft to discuss the recent chemical spill that required evacuations and shelter-in-place requirements for adults and children. Since then, county officials say some residents in Taft were concerned about the incident. So Thursday night, they wanted the public to have an opportunity to learn more about what plans are in place for emergencies. Officials from the Kern County Fire Department, Sheriff's Office, Department of Public Health, Taft Police, and city officials from Taft all gathered and explained their roles in emergencies. About 24 people showed up.
We just want the correct information out there. We want our citizens to know who the departments are in the county that are responsible for certain things and incidences like this.
I appreciate it very much that they think we matter, because Taft, sometimes we feel like we don't matter in situations like this.
County officials encouraged everyone at the meeting to register for alerts from Ready Kern. If there's an emergency, it allows the county to call, text, or email you with important information.
It is an annual trip back in time that transports visitors to another era in the Kern River Valley. It's Whiskey Flat Days. Yeah, organizers say it takes you back to the good old Wild West when that area was settled by gold miners and cattle ranchers. It's a 4-day festival. It features a lot of great food, music, a parade, the Wild West Days Rodeo, Wild West encampments, carnivals, mare contest, and so much more. It starts today and runs through Monday.
And Kern Transit is hoping to keep Whiskey Flat goers safe by providing rides in the Kern River Valley. The company announced it'll have a shuttle running on Saturday between Lake Isabella and Kernville. All rides on the shuttle are free. We reached out to Kern Transit for an exact pickup location in Lake Isabella, and we're waiting to hear back.
This weekend, you can see thousands of animals that you can not only see, but touch and possibly even take home. That's at the Pet and Reptile Expo coming to Bakersfield. This Friday and Saturday at the Kern County Fairgrounds, there's going to be dozens of exotic animals there, exhibits, learning seminars, pet supplies, reptiles for sale, and even cat and dog adoptions. Tickets are $8 for kids, $12 for adults. Parking is free.
And the Bakersfield City School District always looking for teachers, and they're making it easy for you to land a job by hosting the 6th annual Teacher Job Fair. Right now, BCSD has openings for TK through 8th grade. Anyone working towards getting their teaching credential this spring or summer is eligible to attend. Be prepared for on-the-spot interviews because conditional offers will be made to qualified candidates. The job fair is Saturday, February 29th from 7:30 in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon at Harris Elementary School, which is located at 4110 Garnsey Lane. For more information and to complete an online application before the event, go to our website, turnto23.com. And today you can get to know your neighborhood police with a cup of coffee. Officers with the Bakersfield Police Department will be hosting Coffee with a Cop in the Northwest at the Starbucks on Allen Road and Stockdale Highway from 9 to 11. Officials say you have the chance to talk to officers about anything you want. There are no agendas or presentations, and the coffee is free. Once again, Stockdale and Allen, it's in that new complex right next to Orange Theory at 9 o'clock this morning. All right, let's bring